Hello, I'm Mikayla Sutley, and I will be presenting my research on how each child is so different and also how each child develops differently, the rate of child development. Are you aware that every child develops significantly different than the other? It is important for each and every child that their needs are being met with their unique learning abilities. Development is the term used to describe the changes in children's physical growth as well as their ability to learn, social, emotional, behavior, thinking, and communication skills that they need for life. Understanding each child leads to future success. If all children are grouped into the same learning category, then there will be more children falling behind, as well as not fully being able to develop properly due to not understanding the way the information is being taught. The time taken to understand each child is vital to their young development. Without an educator understanding a child specifically, they will miss out on learning opportunities that would make the most sense to them or that they themselves would understand. With understanding each child, you will be able to meet their needs more effectively, which in the long run will make them a better member of our society. According to the U.S. Department of Education, effective preschool classrooms are places where children feel well cared for and safe. Children won't do well in their environment without being cared for and have the feeling that they are safe. Also, a poor environment leads to less learning and unhappy children. An educator's first priority is to understand each child. They can't just understand the class as a whole because each child learns their own ways and at their own speeds. Children want to be understood. They need educators who take the time to work with each of them individually. Understanding them leads to knowing how to grow their interest in new things. Child educators need to learn how to accommodate the children's individual developmental needs. Developmentally appropriate practice is a great way to start accommodating children's developmental needs. According to NAEYC, DAP is an approach to teaching. It helps educators help young children develop and learn. Also is known in effective early education, DAP's framework is designed to promote young children's optimal learning and development. Sue Clark states that your child is an individual and different from all others. The way your child learns depends on many factors: age, learning style, and personality. Without a child's developmental needs being accommodated, they may not learn in the most efficient way for them. Educators may get frustrated if a child is not at the same developmental level as a classmate, but that child's development can be helped majorly if their needs are being accommodated in the right way. Teachers use their knowledge on each child to properly plan the curriculum and teaching strategies. That can only happen if the educators take the time to understand each child and then figure out the best way to accommodate each child into their curriculum. If you accommodate the child's specific needs, it will lead to faster learning due to the fact that they are learning in the way that is best for them. They will catch on so much faster as well. Child educators need to execute the right teaching strategies in order to help the children. Educators' role is providing teaching strategies that work for each and every child's individual needs. Setting age-appropriate limits is a great way to make sure that the strategies in place are working, matching a child's developmental age to the structure, activities, and expectations that are provided. Every child learns in different ways. That is why it is so important for educators to have valuable strategies for each individual child to learn from. If only one way is being taught, then there will likely be children who fall behind due to the fact that their learning needs are not being met, because the educators have not taken the time to figure out how each child learns best. If a child is having trouble understanding something, don't get frustrated. Pick a different teaching strategy and try that. By getting frustrated at the child, they will then get frustrated at themselves and completely shut down, then not want to do it at all. A frustrated child is not good because then they get discouraged and again can fall behind due to not wanting to participate if all that is going to happen is they are going to get upset and frustrated. Educators should take the time to explore all their teaching strategies so that each child has the opportunity to get to learn in the best way possible. If educators use the wrong strategies, then the children will be confused and not understand, which will likely lead to their future learning being behind as well. All children need for future success is someone who will gear their teaching strategies to each child's individual needs. Taking the time to understand each child's individual needs is so important to their overall development. If each child is not understood, they can be not understanding the way the information is being taught. Accommodating children's learning needs leads to faster and stronger learning. By accommodating children's needs, it guarantees that their learning needs are being met as every child is so different. Educators need to execute the right teaching strategies so that every child has a fair chance at learning and often they will need different strategies as each child needs something different to learn properly. That being said, children are the future members of society. The information they receive is important.